Hi, I'm Eileen Roche from Designs and Machine Embroidery, and this is a really fun day here at Dime because my stitching sister, is going to join me. But before we do, I just want to make sure you can hear me, and everybody just kind of pipes in, tells me where you're watching from. Chris Yost, you're from California. Welcome. And Linda Shelton in Fargo, North Dakota. And Miss Lombard, she's looking forward to it. And she's from Arizona. And Diane in Massachusetts. You know, it's a holiday week upon us tomorrow, which is just a well-deserved 3 days off, I think, for most people. I know I'm looking forward to it. And of course, my sister Marie, she enjoys sunny Florida, like a lot of you people in those warm states, myself included, in Texas. But we are really excited to look at the images that she's going to share with us today, because she has gathered some beautiful photos of projects and gifts that she kind of has elevated into something really special. So it's exciting to see what she has in store for us. So why don't we have her come on in? Because I know she wants to see the July doors that so many of you have already made. Hi, Marie.
Hi, how are you? Oh, so nice to meet my sister, one of my sisters.
Yeah, welcome. We were supposed to have a week at the beach in July.
Yes.
It's not going to happen this year.
I know.
Yeah, but anyway.
Soon, I hope, for sure.
I know. Absolutely. Yep, I hope so too.
Yeah.
We have some people who know us and most certainly have enjoyed some of our classes that we've taught together, like Dory Hobson she's right down your way, I know.
Yeah.
And Ashley Jones, you know Ashley.
Hi, Ashley, of course, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, and we have somebody watching from the Chesapeake Bay. Oh, my daughter just moved there.
Lucky.
Stunning. It is
oh my gosh, that's great.
there. Yeah. Oh, and of course, you know Joanne Banco.
Of course. One of my Ohio friends.
Yep.
Yeah.
And my daughter even piped in. Hi, Janelle. Thanks for joining.
Hi, Nellie.
Yeah. You know, last week we had so many people watch the reveal of the July door.
Yeah.
So I thought, we went out on the web.
Right.
And found some. We found quite a few, but we're also holding some and saving them till next week because there's only so much you can cover, right?
Yeah. Oh, they're so cute. Yeah, it was a great idea, great project. I can't wait to do one.
Good. So this is, in case you haven't started, you still can. It was January, February, March, and April, and then into May, and that was June. The kind of Gothic door.
Yeah. So
fun. And I found a recent post by Diane Char, who added a little bride, even with a bride.
That's so cute. Oh, I love that.
Isn't that wonderful? Yeah, she said she was a June bride many years ago, so that was her homage to her anniversary. I thought that was
adorable.
Great.
Yeah. Cool. Love that. So cute.
I know. So sweet. So this was July. This is what I revealed last week. Now, I saw some comments on Facebook that people didn't understand why the ocean was in the house. Basically, they thought that was a little odd. Well, here's my feeling on that. If I rent a home at the beach and it says ocean front, when I step up those steps and open that door, I want to see ocean. So
that's right.
Theoretically, there's a big glass, wall of sliding glass doors out beyond the house. But that's walking from the dunes up to the back of the house, and then that would be the view, right?
That's right. Yeah.
Anyway, it's funny when we get an idea in our head, and then when somebody sees it a completely different way.
Yeah, isn't that funny? Yeah. It's adorable, really. And I love the little holder, too. That's so quaint.
Oh, yeah. Super cute. So Lindsay Ruber said that she missed June. Is there a link? And yes, there is a link. We'll get that up for you. All the doors, January through July, are still available on our website. So feel free to go and grab them.
Oh, that's great.
But next up is what a lot of the viewers have done. So Vonnie Ferrier-Davison, look what she did. She added some flip-flops in the foreground, right, under the deck, which is great.
Like their address and it's so cute. Look at that.
And great surfboard fabric. but also that looks like a daiquiri or some fun little cocktail.
Little cocktail and a seagull through there. I don't think you had a seagull, or did you?
Yes, right. Like that. And even a sun up in the corner. Yeah. So very nice. And very then nice. Chris Yost,
look at that.
I like what she added. Look, she added a lot. So she's got a crab in the foreground. And she added a sailboat, which is just the perfect scale.
It is the perfect scale. It's adorable. And another daiquiri. I'm seeing a theme here.
Seeing a theme here. Yeah. It sounds like it was, Margarita Wednesday or something, right? So Cynthia Ferris says, how much are these dime doors? They're free. They're on our website. They are a free download for the whole year. So take advantage of that.
Very cute.
Marsha also added a seagull at the top. I love that. Right?
Always do that. Yes.
Yeah. It always reminds me of home. But look what Nancy English did. She added a photo, on fabric that she printed on fabric of her family. And she put Nag's head in the life ring. And instead of a surfboard, she did an umbrella. Many of us sit under an umbrella at the beach.
That's I definitely do down here for sure.
Yeah, it's just way too bright. But I thought that was very creative. I love very creative. Yeah. And then Renaud Paulson, she used, cool. I love the surfboard fabric that she used. Isn't that great?
Great placement.
And her door fabric, that wood, just great. It's awesome.
Oh, it's so nice. Nice to be able to use up all those little pieces of fabric from your stash, right? Oh, look at this. A sewing theme.
I know, the scissors. Isn't that great? And a beach ball. And of course,
I love it.
A seagull on the doorway. Well, that would be a nightmare, right? I wouldn't want a seagull coming into my house, right?
No, definitely not. Yeah. And nice ocean fabric she used too.
Oh yeah, stunning. It looks so realistic. It really does. Yeah.
Give me some more ideas. Yeah, very cute.
Going in a completely different direction is Sarah Jones, who has a backyard playhouse. And she mimicked that. So I love that. Isn't that great? She added a terry cloth towel to the door, to the fence, or not fence, post. Yeah.
Little beach ball. Oh, very cute.
Yep. Very creative. Tina Thompson, boy, she went really bright colors. I love them. I like the flowers on the surfboard and that beautiful petite, that kind of spotted indoor interior looks just lovely.
Well, a lot of busy people. I mean, you just debuted this last week.
I know, they get right on it. Well, there's
it takes me a week to think about it.
There's an online group that meets on Saturday mornings at a website called OML Embroidery, and Sue Brown, and you're going to see hers in a moment. She hosts this sew along, so they all sew along together. Yeah.
Oh, that's really cool. Okay.
And in fact, she supplies some of they call it the miniatures. Like maybe it was the crab, maybe it was the seagull. I'm not really sure what all they added.
Oh, very nice.
Isn't that great? Yeah. And Mona Smith, let's not forget how pretty hers look. She used really bright, fun, colorful fabric. Yeah. Love that.
And it looks like a thatched beach hut, like the palms. Yeah. Very nice.
Yeah, Maria liked this comment. Vicky Robles says, when we were in Barcelona, we wore a lot of seagull presents on our clothes. We had no umbrella. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Well, that's supposed to be good luck, isn't it?
It's what I hear.
But it's what we were told as kids, right? Anyway. Yeah. Sandra Conley, she did definitely the red, white, and blue. Love that. Really fun geometric pattern on her surfboard. Looks really nice. And here's Sue Brown's. She went a completely different route. I did hear that Sue Brown lives in Canada, Marie.
Oh, okay.
She has never been to the beach.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So I don't know how old Sue Brown is, but Sue, you got to get there soon, as soon as possible. You got to go check out the beach. I have a friend from Iowa who had no idea the magnificence of the ocean. And her first visit, and she was well into her 50s, was on the Oregon coast. And she climbed up over the dunes, and she was just absolutely dismayed at the wonder of the ocean.
Oh, yeah. The Oregon coast is just tremendous.
And the power and the force of those waves. Okay, well, we can go on and on about that, but better not. All right, so what's next? Hey, look what Alicia Gentry did. Yeah. She used cork for her upper part. I called it the roof, but really that's, I guess, is the eaves. Yeah. And she added fresh fish, but she digitized the seam inside.
I love it. The palm tree.
Yeah, the palm tree, the seagulls. There's a little sun in there.
Oh,
And
great.
look at the water on the sand. Isn't that beautiful?
Very nice.
Yeah.
Good job. They're all so good, and they're all so different, you know, and it's just so fun to watch and kind of get great ideas. So beautiful.
Well, you know, Marie, we have a friend who always watches. She's joining us from France, and she says that she went for a week in Normandy and at first thought, why are there so many car wash stations? And after a few days, she understood.
Oh, nice. Yes.
Yeah. Oh, well. Anyway, isn't it beautiful?
Go to the beach. Yeah.
Yeah, Sue, go to the beach. Right. But really nice job, Alicia. Really beautiful. Yeah. And then Sandy Arcuri did a beautiful job. She does the door almost every month. We find her image, and she always does an outstanding job.
Oh,
and
beautiful.
Kayla, I don't know if it's pronounced George or Jorge, but it is beautiful. She picked pink, like pastel pink. And that's beautiful.
Love the colors.
Beautiful. Yeah.
Very nice. Yeah.
And then Vonnie Ferris and Davison. Oh, I may have her in here twice. Well, kudos to her. But anyway, I do love how she added the address of wherever it is, you know, her beach house, 720 Seashore Drive. Sounds like a great place.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah. Now, Sally Curaz, she digitized her view, also added a little lighthouse. Oh.
Very cool.
Very cool. She's got a bathing suit hanging from the banister there, and I guess a beach towel. Yeah. But
very pretty.
Sally, instead of hanging them on a frame, she has been, hang on. Come on, PowerPoint. There we go. Sally has been making them all year long, and she's piecing them together in a quilt. So she's already patched in her, first 6. That's January through June. Isn't that great?
Great idea. Wow.
I really like that. Yeah. And I like in February, she got rid of the kind of cartoony snowman, and she just added a bird feeder with cardinals. That's adorable.
Yeah, that is very nice.
Instead of the hospital for May, she chose to make it a church, her Baptist church. Really great. Yeah.
Very nice.
It's just beautiful, all of them. Let's see. And Miss Lopez says the lighthouse looks like old Barney at Barnegat Beach.
Oh, yeah, we've been there.
We've been there.
Cool pictures of that lighthouse. Yep.
Yeah, it's a beautiful lighthouse.
Nice.
I just have to say hi to Jill. She's my neighbor in Flower Mound. Thanks for joining us today.
So nice.
Okay.
Yeah.
So really, Marie, that's enough about the dime doors, I guess.
I love it. Yeah, I love seeing all the different variations of all the different beach shacks. That's so fun. It's really nice.
It's really amazing what people do. And, that was really our intent, is to let people kind of give them a small canvas to work with, so that they could then expound on it and add their own personal touch. So it looks like we're successful in that, for sure.
Yeah, well, they ran with it for sure. Very nice. Great projects.
I know. So next up is we are going to talk about some of your big projects. So first, let's just go ahead and bring the two of us up, drop this out for a minute. There we go. Because Marie, many people know us as the Stitching Sisters. We traveled the country and taught, embroiderers all over the U.S. And we had a great time doing it, right?
We did. We did. So much fun. We got to see the country, meet thousands of not just ladies, people in general.
Yeah, and share our passion for embroidery. I mean, it was just really great. And it was at a time where, kind of the gathering of embroiderers was pretty new. So that was great.
And we loved sharing our craft, and then, other people meeting each other, they would meet new friends at these events, and that was really special. Remember?
Right. That? Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And then we would, we'd come back the next year and, meet the same people again.
Sure. Yeah, we were very fortunate.
That was our second job or our third job. We each had real jobs, and they were full-time jobs for sure.
I would go home and put the magazine together and try to put that out. I would write my article, whatever was due for the magazine. Then I'd go home and stitch, soccer, uniforms and lacrosse blankets and who knows what. So yeah, it was
So
like
you had a commercial embroidery machine for, about at least 15 years, right, Marie?
Yeah. I have 3 of the multi-needle machines. I had a really, large studio at my house in Ohio that we've since just moved from in December to a much smaller house here in Florida. We're enjoying it. We love it. Of course, we're looking for something a little bigger already, but
Well, that's okay. You have to figure out what works. And I do see one machine behind you, so I know you have a couple machines there with you.
Right. Sure. I have my 10 needle always out, and I had a great new stand that I put together for it, and I still have my Destiny, but I don't have it.
Okay, great. But let's take a look at some of the big projects that you've done. Like, that's a lot of towels, right?
A lot of team towels, the top photograph is for a tennis club that I did back in Ohio, and the bottom towel is for a swim team, and then just some fun monogram towels for a young woman, I think, for her dorm. Right. But you learn a lot when you or do all these team things, because you have to make sure that your placement is precise and that they're all identical, and that the logo or the name or the monogram is all in the same position on the towel when you give them out and when you sell things. So
so I know that you used our perfect placement kit, so I thought I'd show them how to do that.
Okay, great. Absolutely. I mean, you couldn't create or do 20 or 30 towels all with a monogram or a logo in the same position unless you used a template. And, through the years, I have talked to different people say, oh, well, I just measure it and then I put it in my hoop. But honestly, when you have a template and then you can just use the little target sticker that's included with the kit on the perfect placement kit, it just makes your life so much easier, because as you are embroidering a towel, even if you have one machine or multiple machines, you can then lay out the placement for the item. So you're saving time. And I know most of you do not do this as a business, but if you did, time is money and you want to be making the most of your time. So this is exactly how we would do it. You would use the correct template. In this case, it's a hand towel with a border. See how it has that little like Adobe border? It's like a woven border. And then you would place the target sticker in that, you would line that target sticker right up in the center crosshair. There's a hole in the center of the template, which makes it really easy. The old school templates, we had to slide it underneath. Remember, Eileen? And someone gave you the idea of putting the hole in there. You're like, oh yeah, that's a great idea. And now you have your towel already marked, and then you can put that in your hoop, embroider that, and then you position the target stickers on the other towels as it's stitching. Make sure,
because the setup of a big project like all your towels is really the hardest part, right?
Mm-hmm. Absolutely, yeah.
So to me, when I have to embark on a big project like that, I like to do all the placement, mark all the towels first.
That's right.
And then as I have time, I can just put each towel onto a hoop and stitch it and not have to worry about, oh, where was I and how many inches was it above the fold and, all that. So, yeah.
And when I would do my towels, I'm more of a fan of towels with the border than with a towel that has no border at all, just because it makes it a little easier to line up things. Yeah. You don't always have a choice, but if you do, especially big bath sheets and bath towels. Mm-hmm.
And of course, it's on sale this week, so it's $39.99 with free shipping. We always include that for you, so you can count on that. But here's some really pretty towels that you did. Now, a lot of your work was, you did a lot of athletic wear and so forth, but you would also do a lot of gift making, right?
A lot of gifts, a lot of bridal, a lot of wedding, and a lot of baby. That's kind of my specialty. And both of these are just great bundled gifts. You can sell the basket, you can sell things, you could even put other accessories in a basket if you wanted to increase your profits if you are in business. But this is traditionally what I would sell for like a wedding shower or graduation gift, is just like a lined basket and put 4 towels in there and 2 washcloths. I generally didn't embroider the washcloth.
Yeah. This is like one of my favorite. I love this combination. First off, the kind of, well, again, it looks like the beach,
Yeah,
it's got a gray tone basket and
that I had,
seagrass.
It could fool you. It looked like the beach, but it was really Ohio in my backyard.
Yeah.
But again, so the basket on the right, I kind of ramped it up a little bit with the bundled gift, and I wrap it in tulle, because tulle is a bridal illusion tulle. It's very reasonable, and it comes really wide. You can purchase, a bolt of it. That's what I would do. And then I would wrap the towels in it so they stayed kind of, positioned precisely when you're building like the basket.
Right. And so do you actually wrap the basket too? I mean, everything is one, or maybe not?
Did the towels underneath it. It depends how big the basket was. Sometimes I just did the towels underneath it. And then sometimes I would do the whole basket. But
that ribbon,
yeah,
that's stunning.
Great wired ribbon. I love to embroider on ribbon. I've done it a million different ways, but buying the nice wide width ribbon really makes a gift just look so elegant. And it doesn't have to just be for a wedding. I've done it around teddy bears for babies, and done it along curtains for people. And, you just remove the wire. Once you embroider it, if you're giving it to a child, for instance, you can easily remove the wire from any ribbon. You just take a pair of tweezers and gently just pull it right out, and it's so easy. So you wouldn't want to give a wired ribbon bow to a baby or a child to play with, but for a wedding, it'd be okay, right? Oh, yeah, it's perfect. Yeah.
So great. I have one here to show.
Wonderful.
I would hoop that, and so let me move this
Very
aside.
Nice. Yeah, I've taught this many times in some of my workshops. We've actually embroidered the ribbon for, different projects. So, that's great. You have your sticky back stabilizer, which works well on that particular ribbon that was in the photograph, like a linen type ribbon that would work really well. And there you go. Nice wide. Oh, and you printed a template. Oh, good girl. Very nice.
And nice. So I'm making sure the edge is, meeting here and here, so that, I know it's straight. All I have to do is get that needle centered over that target's, template, and it's going to land perfectly.
That's right. And I really just do the ends of the ribbon. You kind of audition the ribbon around whatever you're going to use it on, whether it's towels or a gift or something, and then you would cut your ribbons. Usually about a yard long is what I would cut my ribbon if I was going to do a nice big bow for the towels, and then really just embroider the ends, and then you can tie your bow any way you want.
Yeah, right. And then another one, a popular item this is the cosmetic case. You've given that. Yeah.
Oh, I've done tons of
that, right?
Yeah, I had a wholesale license. You could buy them, and resell them. But I know a lot of our online vendors for machine embroidery sell these as well, and they look great monogrammed. And this is with your metallic thread, with the silver metallic thread that I did for a bridal party last year. And again, I did it on the multi-needle, but you can easily do it on a single needle with that particular hoop, or with sticky back tearaway stabilizer.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so I think we're going to get the camera up that shows how we do that. There we go.
Very nice.
I showed this last week with our new sticky hoop, but of course you could do this in a standard hoop, but you definitely would use sticky stabilizer.
Right.
And I am just, secure, pressing down that cosmetic case flap to the sticky, so that when I go to, move it, everything stays as one.
Right. I would also always add a basting file around that.
Oh, great. Yep. All the way around.
It would just give it a little extra hand. I've done a lot of neoprene type, laptop cases and mouse pads a while ago when we used to do that. And that's what I would do, always add a basting file just on top, just to tack it down, and you can remove it later.
Right. But just so people see, like this type of cosmetic case where it is zippered open all the way around so that we get a flat surface to embroider on.
Yes.
And then the body of the cosmetic case is another zippered area.
Yeah, another separate compartment. And honestly, I have those, and I've given them probably to all my sisters at some point.
Yeah.
They up really well, and we wash them and everything. And I'm glad you showed the photograph with the template, because sometimes once you get these cases or whatever it is, a towel in the hoop, you kind of forget what way the design is supposed to go, right? And we'll embroider something maybe upside down. So that's a good idea that you showed that with the with the template.
Definitely.
Yeah.
But I love that that Kingstar metallic that you used on the cosmetic case is just stunning, Marie.
It really does work. I've rigged up many different ways to stitch with metallic thread through the years because there was a lot of designs that required it. And once you had, sent that box to me, I think it was like 2 years ago, I couldn't believe how well it worked. It was great.
Right. You've never gone back,
flawless.
right?
Yeah. Flawless.
Okay. Oh, now we're going to kind of get into the baby. So, this is interesting. So we actually published this in the magazine. So talk a little bit about elevating gifts. And now you did this from a business standpoint, but also if you are creating gifts to give away, it's the same concept.
Absolutely. Yeah. If you're giving a gift, like if you're going to the baby shower and you're bringing this gift, I mean, you don't want to just do a blanket or a tote bag. It looks so nice when you can bundle a number of things together and tie it all in together with the same theme. And again, talking about ribbon, I love to use ribbon on baby burp cloths, the grosgrain ribbon without wires, obviously. Stitches really, it stitches really well. It looks adorable and it washes well. And so then I used the same ribbon on the tote bag and I just sewed it around the top of the tote bag there in the middle, the diaper bag. It was a simple tote bag, but I made it into a diaper bag. And I added an applique initial to the center, which is also the same fabric that's on the little blanket that says Blake. And applique is a great way to embroider on thick or really plush fabrics, even towels as well. Of course, pre-wash the fabric before you do that so that it'll wash, well and look, professional.
Right.
So this is a great way to tie it all together with the same fabric, the ribbon and the colors.
But there are 3 blanks that, you didn't really add that much effort to, and yet it's a beautiful gift all as one. Yeah.
Right. Like probably wholesale, those few things cost maybe $12, but you could easily sell that for $75.
Right. Yeah. So you have to consider your time.
You get your things from, of course, but just be creative and.
So Marie, we do have one question from Dory Shandera. She says, "Nice bags. Do you sell them?" And I think she's referring to the pretty pink cosmetic bags. So we do not sell them. But Marie, what's a good resource for them?
All About Blanks. Like an online vendor.
All About Blanks is a great vendor. Has many different. It's blanks for embroiderers, basically. Right?
Oh my gosh, yes. Yeah. And Embroider This, that was another website. I can't think off the top of my head because I buy them wholesale.
For sure, that's fine.
But, they're 2 good vendors that I would think would have those type of things.
Yeah.
And then
when a customer would come to you and say, I need a baby gift, and you would usually ask them a couple key questions. So what are they?
Well, generally, people know if it's going to be a boy or a girl now, way ahead. Sometimes they don't. There is a little trend of going a little like backwards and people wanting to be surprised, which is awesome. So in this case, they did not know what the baby was going to be. And they said, but I do know it's like, an animal or a jungle theme. So, and this was for the baby shower. So it was great. So what I was just trying to think of a phrase that would work for, boy or girl. And I embroidered these little burp cloths at the bottom that says, "My mommy is wild about me." And then the other one says, "My daddy's wild about me."
Yeah.
And, I have a onesie with the monkey on it and a nice plush blanket with the giraffe. So you just try to make a little theme. And then that's a lovey monkey in the middle, which is like a stuffed animal with half a blanket, body. So
right. And then your animal print ribbon trim, adorable, really works.
Yeah. I love ribbon. So you can never get enough of incorporating it in different ways.
And that your customers were really happy when they send you a beautiful image like
I know. Oh, I get so many pictures of happy customers. I really should share more. Even texts now, people send me a text of like a 2-year-old showing like still with her blankie and things like that because I've been doing it for almost 15 years. So really, some of these kids are going to high school now.
That's adorable.
That's kind of funny. Yeah, this precious little baby on the left. We did a simple monogram on like a little layette. And then again, showing the blanket on the right, how you would want to select the appropriate type lettering and font to embroider on something so plush. I didn't add any other fabric or anything. They wanted it just simple. So, you know, you just have to plan ahead and select the appropriate type font with a nice underlay. But again, using a template to line up your position, you know, where the design's going to go on the blanket is important.
Yep.
And this, again, another happy customer, brand new baby. I mean, she's just beautiful. And this kind of just went out like 10 days ago, to be honest, and they sent me this picture. So it was beautiful. Oh. Nice little grouping of a beautiful layette, embroidered the hat, made the ribbon, put that on the hat and the burp cloths. Mm-hmm. You know, it's you
special. Like to
I love to
like
to do
monogram or date baby blankets and, you know, document the birth and all of that in the satin border of a baby blanket.
I really like that. It usually has the name on the top edge and then the name, the date, the time, all the baby's information at the bottom of the blanket. I don't think I actually incorporated a slide of that, but
we'll see.
I have them on my website and
Oh, here we go. Here's a little tighter.
Just, you know, when someone gives you a color scheme or like a style, then you just makes it a little easier. If they say, I just really want to, you know, over the top baby gift, you're like, okay, how much do you want to spend? And then you just kind of work like that and they kind of trust my judgment.
And what color is the nursery? Pink and gray. And there's your solution, right?
Pink and gray was super popular for a while. I'm not really sure what's going on now. I haven't, you know, I still get a lot of gray, a lot of navy. So
very nice.
Beautiful. Mm-hmm. It's a fun way to play with your lettering too. You know, if they're not real specific, it's fun to test your lettering that you have in your software or at your machine. It makes, you know, it's kind of fun to see how it stitches out. These, the month by month onesies, that's, what I started to do, like, you know, people were really involved. It was taking a monthly picture of the baby. And I thought it would be really cool to have onesies in a variation of colors because it was for a little girl. And of course, then you have to plan. You have to plan to make sure you have the appropriate size for the month, you know, weight that you think they're going to be at, you know, 10 months or whatever. So you don't want to give them all 3-month size onesies. So you have to kind of gradually increase the size. It just takes a little planning, but very fun gift, fun thing to make. It's fun when people send you pictures. Yeah. And beautiful napkins. That's another very popular thing. Nice.
So I know you used to have a realtor who would contact you and ask you to make like a set of 12 napkins for a newly, you know, new home owners.
It's a great gift. I think embroidery for like a realtor gift or other businesses is a wonderful thing because people will be using it and they'll think of that realtor or that business each time they use it, whether it's monogram towels or for the dining room or the kitchen, you know.
So that's a great market if you're thinking about getting into embroidery for business. It's a great market to look at because actually right now with COVID, you know, weddings are not really happening. Many weddings are postponed. And so a lot of that market has kind of vanished for the commercial embroiderer temporarily. But real estate is booming because of COVID. So because many of us are working at home and now people need bigger spaces.
They're like, oh, this place is too small.
But, you know, we have come up with kind of a speed hooping tip for napkins. So I thought I'd go back over and show how to do that.
Oh, yes. I've done my share of napkins. I still love doing it, but it is nice. It's a great gift.
So it doesn't matter how organized I get. There's always a
It's just like in your sewing room, for sure.
That's like home, for sure. So I will take my my napkins and I'll position them so they are facing you. But I take the napkin on point template. And it has a guideline napkin edge. So I could put that out on the hem, but actually I usually put it on the top stitching. And if your napkins are not perfectly straight, you know, because you didn't make them, you purchased them.
Yes.
It's likely that, you know, you just have to center it between the two places. And then I take a target sticker and I put it right in the center. And then so I'm going to do my whole stack of 6. And that placement will match for all the towels. So when the table is set, every place setting looks exactly the same. You know, it's a very professional finish, and it really looks lovely.
Yeah. Doing one napkin's easy, right? Doing 12 can be a challenge. That's why these templates are so handy.
Right. And, you know, when think about it, when the table is set and, you know, you have this silverware and the plates and everything all together, you know, you want those napkins to be as matching as your plates and your china, right? Everything is perfect. Boy, these are really bad napkins. I should have checked them before I brought them in.
That's okay. You get the idea. Burp cloths are the same way.
So that quickly, I have all of the positions marked on my napkins, and now I will just go ahead and remove that ribbon. So this is sticky stabilizer, and I'm going to take, now you can see that this is the top of the hoop located here, right? So I would stitch my very first design right here. And I would go to the machine, center my needle over it, do a trace, make sure I'm, you know, within the sewing field. And then once that's stitched, I then go and just pull this up, and I would probably tape it down.
Yeah, I would always use tape, masking tape.
Tape right here. And then I would stitch my next one, same thing, move it back. And so you are going to work from the back of the hoop to the front of the hoop. And when I say the back of the hoop, I mean the part of the hoop that's furthest away from you. And I did every one of these napkins where the label is, and that is absolutely the wrong thing to do. So you should always make sure the label is nowhere near the marker.
Yeah, that's exactly how you would do it. And of course, you wouldn't select a huge design, so you would have to keep your design pretty, you know, about 2 inches probably for that if you're going to do it that way. So.
There's my last one. And depending on how big your monogram is, you know, and how big your hoop is, you could maybe get 8.
Yeah. I know. It's a really quick, easy way. And then you tear it off at the end so that you have.
Right. So that it's
all in the hoop. Yeah.
Right.
Well, that was pretty quick. We should have a competition in one of these days, right?
We did that once. Actually, it was in Florida. It was so fun. Oh my gosh, we had a blast. I know. It was really good.
Oh gosh, that was great.
You know, it really is the setup, right? That's the hardest part of any embroidery project is planning it out. And it's kind of anticlimactic, right? You know, once you have it all figured out and you make one, then it's just repeating it.
I know. Well, I grabbed this off of Pinterest. What did you make today? It's like, oh, mistakes. Because guess what? We all make mistakes. So whether you embroider once a week, you're going to make a mistake. If you embroider every single day for 5 hours at a time, I mean, you're still going to have mistakes. We're all human, and it's just, you know, what happens. So I think each time you make those mistakes, you learn from it, and then you retest either the design, test it on fabric that you are going to be embroidering the final project on. So especially if you're selling it, if you're, you know, concerned about how the design is going to stitch out, make sure that you buy fabric either at buy something at Goodwill or have something in your scrap fabric that you can practice your design on. And then recoup and then restitch and just take a deep breath and know that we all make mistakes. And it's, as Eileen used to say, it's just fabric and threads. So, you know, keep it simple, right?
Yeah. Mary Orr, she says she's learned so much from her mistakes. Absolutely.
That's good. So you don't keep making the same ones, right?
Right.
That's
now,
good.
we do have a question from Cynthia Forrest. She says, you don't hoop towels, do you? Well, I do. I hoop in Monster Hoop always because I don't like to use a stabilizer on a towel because it's going to pull the loops and it's just too much. Yeah.
Yeah. And there are lots of different thicknesses of towels, and some can be more challenging than others. But
for
the most part, we don't use sticky. Yeah.
Are there any tips for removing sticky stabilizer? Well, you do have to use sticky stabilizer with caution. So if it is a fabric with loops, you would not use that. You would pin maybe, and then baste once you are actually under the needle. But you can't use sticky stabilizer on every substrate for sure.
That's right. Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And like I mentioned before, if you are thinking about selling your embroidery, you need to perfect it. I follow a lot of different multi-needle and business blogs and things on Facebook, in different groups. And people are like, oh, I just got my machine. And how much do you charge for this? And how much do you charge for that? And how do you, what kind of stabilizer do you use for performance fabric, and on and on. But, really you need to perfect your embroidery before you decide on starting a business. So, because you don't want to sell something that was embroidered incorrectly or was puckered or crooked. Right. So let's perfect your embroidery. I don't mean every single thing, but if you're selling polo shirts, get that down, figure it out, use the right stabilizer, practice. I always had this one large purple polo shirt at home that had like 50 logos on it. I would always test those logos on that type of fabric, make sure it worked and that it looked right. And then use the placement tools, use these, centering rulers that we have in a lot of our, books and in the template kits, and the appropriate type of thread, and practice. And practice, make samples, give it away. I used to make stuff at Christmas and just like say, okay, let's see how this is, and stitch it out for, a sister or a neighbor or whatever. And then, that would be a great Christmas gift. So just, plan ahead. So
you have to really bring a professional attitude or approach to a business. So if you are really considering embroidery as a business, then you're going to have to invest some time and some money in getting your skills up to speed. Yes, you've bought the machine and you have thread and you have stabilizer. Now you need to master the hooping and choosing the right stabilizer. So, if you're serious about it, spend 8-hour days, for 2 weeks, right? And
there's there's so much information. There's classes online. There's, tutorials and books and so many different things that you can learn from now, even though we're not getting out to classes like you were before. So, having a great embroidery machine is just one part of the equation. So,
and be selective, right, Marie? It's okay to say no. If someone brings a jacket that they want to jacket back on a satin bowling jacket or something that's beyond your skill level.
Some things just aren't worth it.
They aren't. And if it's a huge job, you don't have to turn that down. You can turn that over to a contract embroiderer.
Right. Well, this is my, I had 3 machines in my studio in Ohio, and I had built-in countertops that were just amazing, and great lighting, and I had...
And we do have an image of that later.
Okay. But this is my newsstand that I recently purchased, and I did have to put it together, and I did do that. It took a while, but I did do it. But it is beautiful, and it's on casters, so I can move it around the guest room as needed. So if my sister Eileen finally gets down here to visit for a little bit, I can push it out of the way. But in the meantime, it's kind of takes up space, in the middle of one side of the room. So it has a lot of storage. It has drawers, which I love. It has the cutout for the machine because, I do a lot of bags, and I even did my golf bag last week. So, you need that opening. You need that U-shaped opening in order to do that. So, and it has great storage, thread storage on the side. So,
Marie, interesting question from Tina Gordon. She says she has seen several professional embroiderers in the bricks and mortar shops use a cutaway solely. So, well, the reason that is if you use a medium cutaway, it kind of provides bulletproof embroidery. Yeah, you're going to get a beautiful finish on the top. Will it be something that you really want to wear? Maybe not, right? It's kind of like insurance. So I know I like to use tearaway. I mean, we use a combination. Depends on the fabric. Absolutely.
Right. Well, if it stretches, you need a cutaway. So that's basically the rule of thumb. If it stretches, you need a cutaway stabilizer. So that's and a lot of the wearables, a lot of the clothing, and within that stabilizer is different types, of course. So.
Right. Mm-hmm. Oh, well, here we're going to do a little memory lane before we look at your old studio.
Some of the famous people that we met, Santa Claus.
I think that was in Kentucky.
Yeah. And then a really short Elvis in Nashville.
A really short Elvis. And a skinny Elvis,
Yeah. And then this is the Fisherman in Pike's Place in Seattle.
Absolutely. Beautiful place to visit. If you ever get out to Washington, to Seattle, make sure you get to Pike's Place. Yeah.
Just fun. We've been
and then here's our honeymoon photos, right?
I know. We've been to a lot of romantic, beautiful places, haven't we, Eileen? A lot of great sunsets. So
Right. And usually when we get to these national landmarks like the Alamo in San Antonio, they're closed.
They're closed. Yeah, we didn't get inside there. So
Right. Mm-hmm.
But we definitely had a lot of fun and saw a lot of the country, and we way more photos, but couldn't bore you with all those. So
I know. So much fun. Oh, here. Oh, wow. Pikes Peak made it twice. And here we are at Marie's house. This is a quilt.
Eileen made me a quilt for my 50th birthday. So I had been there. That was pretty special. Yeah.
And then Miss Lombard wants to know that she says she loves your stand. Where did you get that? I think you got it from our friends in California.
Yes, I did. Sewing Machines
Plus, right?
Yes, I did. Yes. Mm-hmm. Sorry, I forget the brand off the top of my head. Yeah. These are our glamour shots. Yep.
We ate in the absolute best restaurants, a box lunch in the back of a sewing machine retailer amongst the vacuum cleaner repair area.
It wasn't all the time, but it was just a funny picture because we were just kind of tired and we just wanted to hide out for a little bit. Remember?
Yep. Mm-hmm. And the crazy luggage that we would carry through a lobby of a hotel, right?
Yeah. With our ironing board. One time we even had a lamp from our room so that we had better lighting in the room for the class. It was so funny. But
crazy. A
lot of fun things.
And Marie, we've done a lot of products together too. We've actually written 3 books together. This was our first one, the machine embroidered monograms for the home.
Yeah, that was so fun.
It really was.
Great book. I love that book. Yep.
Yeah, we were very proud of that. We had so much fun at the photo shoot, and designing, the room and the set and really teaching about the monogramming, how you would approach a monogram because there's different styles and most certainly such a large selection of fonts out there. So that was a great product for us for sure. A lot of fun. And then we moved on to
there's my own studio.
Yeah, look at her. You don't want to go back. I know you don't.
I'm good. I'm over it. Feels good.
But look at her studio, everyone. Yeah. It's beautiful. So in the back of this image, you see her 2 machines that are facing us. Mm-hmm. There's a cutout of just a Formica counter, right?
Of the countertop. Yep.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. This is not a really expensive thing to do. I mean, that was stock cabinetry, right?
Yeah, Home Depot. Stock.
Home Depot, and then she had her friend Joe do that countertop for her. So he just gets a sheet of Formica and then cut out those openings. He measured the machine, I imagine, right?
Oh yeah. So we could do bags and things, and then on the right hand side, he created these heavy duty dowel systems so that it would hold my large bolts as stabilizer. Because when you do it commercially, you generally buy you can buy it by the bolt. And,
like 60 inches wide. But then you also have your smaller specialty stabilizers on the top.
I did, on the top. Yeah, I had some of my, the water soluble and different things. And then to the left of that is I always had pegboard because I love that for holding a variety of things. All my hoops. I had multiple hoops for the machines and other gadgets and, handles for purses and tote bags and stuff. So anyway,
But a really smart layout here also is the kind of podium in the center of the 2 openings for the machines for the laptop, because some machines you link to a computer. You probably didn't, Marie, right? You probably ran on USBs, but you could.
Yeah, I did one and then, right.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So just really handy. And because you're pretty much standing in there.
Yeah, I always stood, or I had little bar stools that once in a while I would sit on, but I was pretty much always stood, to be honest. Yeah. It was a very efficient room. It took, time to lay it out. Yes.
Well, we had a really nice review on our website from Betty Jo quite a while ago, but she said, she was pleasantly surprised on how much information was in there because there isn't a lot of information on designing for an embroidery studio.
Absolutely.
There's different things to consider. What we just showed you was Marie's multi-needle studio, but we also have layouts for, a home studio, single needle flat machine, and my studio, what you would do.
Right. Yeah. And how to, the different ways to organize all the tools that we have, because we have a lot of tools, more than just a typical sewer, a lot of hoops and stabilizers.
Lots of hoops, and rolls of stabilizer. Of course, then we did the Hoop It Up book, which is probably my favorite.
Oh, that was great. That was a great book. Very helpful.
And it's, there's 99 hooping tips in there. We did everything, onesies, T-shirts, all kinds of stuff.
Yeah.
And we covered both types of machines, both the single needle flatbed that we're all familiar with, and then the tubular, which is the multi-needle, but of course it can also be a single needle, like the Persona or the Baby Lock Alliance. So that's what we mean by tubular machine.
Right. And even though maybe the machines might be a couple years old in the photographs, they still would work with whatever new machine you have. It wasn't really machine specific. It was
absolutely
just helpful to hooping in general. Yeah.
And multiple brands. I mean, there's Viking and Bernina in there. Yep. A little bit of everybody. And also in that book, it comes with some of our favorite tools. It has centering rulers and the angle finder. Yeah. And then we also had a really nice review on this too by Mary Banks. And
that's nice.
You know, yeah.
Awesome. So those centering rulers, I use those all the time for,
me too.
The target ruler for the tote bags and you name it. I use those all the time. They're great.
Yeah.
I even used it to hang some little artwork that was in my house so that it was centered in a little spot.
I've put a little ribbon on the end of my my target ruler, and I hang it from my pal so that it's always there. You know.
Nice. Smart.
Yeah, absolutely.
Very cool.
So again, that's our special this week is, all those books that you just saw, they put them on discount because Marie is here. She's our guest. So
thank you.
We're happy to do that. And then, of course, the Perfect Placement Kit and the Children's Perfect Placement Kit is also on sale this week through $39.99 with free shipping.
Great.
And the Children's Perfect Placement Kit, we really didn't even talk about it much, but it has center and left chest for infant all the way up to youth size.
Extra large, I think. Yeah. I mean, great for kids or family reunion t-shirts or, sports teams, baby blanket, burp cloth, the little bloomers, you name it. There's a lot of templates for that. And that's in the children's Perfect Placement Kit. So,
super fun.
Helpful tools to have for sure.
Well, Maria, it was just delightful to have you here with us today.
Oh, it was so fun. Thank you. It was great. I really enjoyed it. Miss seeing you and miss seeing a lot of our sewing friends that we've, got to know through the years, but hopefully we'll be out there again, meeting you, sewing again soon, right?
Right. Absolutely. You never know, right? But it's wonderful that we can connect here online. So
it sure is. Yeah.
So next week we'll be back at 1:00 on Central Time. And, we're having lots of people say, thanks, we should do this regularly. Well, I can't get Marie off the tennis court or golf course every week. That's the problem.
It's pretty hot right now. So
and Dory Hobson says hugs to both of you. And of course we have some people popping in from Pittsburgh.
Thanks for watching, everyone. Yeah.
She says she bought the book and she uses it often. So that's really sweet.
Thank you very much. Thanks so much for having me, Eileen. It was great to see everyone. Yeah.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Love you, sister.
Take care.
Okay, we'll get that sale code up, Terry Freeman. We'll get that sale code up.
Okay.
Somebody will do that for me. There you go. Okay. Love you, Marie. Take care.
All right. Bye-bye. Have a great weekend. Happy 4th of July.
Happy 4th. Bye.
See ya.